St. Louis Cardinals meet your new third baseman, Nolan Arenado. This is big, Nate. I'm sorry, but this is a big baseball signing for the Cardinals. I gotta be honest with you, man. Now, bear with me. This trade, and you'll see why I'm putting it in quotation marks. But this is a very complicated trade, and not every all the details are finalized yet, or not all the details are made. And that's to be made later on because they've been working so long on this trade. Like for over 2 months, they've been trying to figure out requirements for this trade. So just bear with me when I tell you what's going on right now. Okay, so Nolan Arenado got traded to the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, the Rockies traded him to the St. Louis Cardinals. The Rockies commit to sending $50 million to help cover the portion of the 6 years, $199 million left on Arenado's contract, and it includes an additional year guaranteed at $15 million, an additional opt-out clause, and reinstatement of the no trade clause must be waived to approve this trade. And also, they must get this approved by the MLB. And yet, they still haven't traded. The Rockies still haven't got anything back from it. So this trade is far from over, Nate. Even though this is some good news for the St. Louis Cardinals, this trade is far from over. And the source for this was Jeff Passan, ESPN staff writer. So you know what, Nate? You start first. Your thoughts on Nolan Arenado going to the St. Louis Cardinals?
Oh, first of all, congratulations to him. Congratulations to the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, man, this came right after we stopped recording on Friday. And remember, on Friday we were talking about how the Cardinals have an identity, but like they haven't taken the extra step to go out and get a player. Like we were talking about how what was it, John Pearson going to the Cubs. We were talking about the three teams in the NL Central: the Brewers, the Cubs, the Cardinals. The Cardinals made that move. They got Nolan Arenado. It hasn't been finalized yet. So, but I think Nolan's gonna just go to the Cardinals because let me tell you why. He's been upset with the Rockies, even though he signed an extension a couple years ago. It was like an 8-9 year extension with like $280 million on it or something like that. You can correct me, Mario. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but let's be honest. When he signed that extension, he was not happy with Colorado. Here's my problem with the Rockies. They just cannot build a team around him. And that's why I was telling a lot of people, yeah, no one's just an elite player, but the Rockies aren't gonna be successful because they continue to not build a team around him. I thought they were gonna actually do it in 2018, had that relatively decent team, and then they only scored 3 runs in the first round of the playoffs. Like, how do you do that? And after that, it just went downhill from there. They couldn't get any other players, they couldn't get pitchers. I just think that was a recipe for failure for the Colorado Rockies. I really do think so. And because of that, Nolan Arenado got pissed off with the fact that they weren't building a team around him, and he wanted out. And now he's out, going off to St. Louis to a team where they'll actually build a team around him. Oh, they even have a team there right now for him going to the playoffs every year. So there you go. There's a start. As for the Cardinals, they're in win now. I mean, we said it with the Blue Jays, we said it with the Padres. They're in win now mode, absolutely. But the Cardinals need more. I think they need a couple more hitters in the lineup to like solidify like that top tier in the National League. If I'm being honest with you, I mean you got Paul Goldschmidt, Yadier Molina. Then you got Nolan Arenado. Which three of those guys are great players. But my problem with Yadier Molina is that he's getting older now. So he's in a decline. He's in a state of decline. Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado are still kind of in their primes. I think Paul Goldschmidt has like a year or two left before he exits his prime, but Nolan's still in his prime. So I think this is a really good addition to the Cardinals lineup. Although I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll make the World Series. I think they need a couple more players in order to make that case. Because again, you gotta compete with teams like the Dodgers and the Padres. Help me out here. The Atlanta Braves. There's just so many of the teams out there. Maybe the Mets if they get better. The Nationals, yeah, the Nationals are another competitive team. So yeah, I mean they still got a ways to go. I think they'll win the division, go to the playoffs for sure. As for World Series, I don't think so. I think they need a couple more years for that. But this is a really good pickup by the St. Louis Cardinals. Not to mention the Rockies haven't gotten anything back from it yet, which obviously, of course, it's still going on. And like you said, it's been going on for a couple months now. So maybe at the end, when it's all said and done, the Rockies will probably get something out of it. But even if they do, man, I mean, I think the Rockies really screwed up. Like that was just my biggest issue with Nolan Arenado with the Rockies, that they were not building anything around him. Because of that, he's gone off to St. Louis now. Where now they can make a case for being a World Series contender team. So with that said, congratulations to Nolan Arenado and the St. Louis Cardinals, and I'll give it to you now, Mario.
Well, I'll pick up right there. Congratulations to Nolan Arenado and the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, it's a huge acquisition. We're talking about a 5-time All-Star. We're talking about an 8-time Gold Glove winner. We're talking about a 4-time Silver Slugger. Like, let's be honest here. Nolan Arenado
One
could
of the
be one
best
of the
defenders
best
in the
third
game.
basemen in the league. Could easily. So now here's the question: where did the Colorado Rockies do good? And they did do good somewhere, Nate. They did do good somewhere. Think about it. They don't got to pay that 199 million. Yes, they got to send 50 million to the St. Louis Cardinals to help them pay off that contract, but they don't got to pay that no more. So you also got to realize that's a lot of money going into your cap space. With that money, you can get whoever you want. Or you can get most. Trevor Bauer's still up there. Hey, it ain't too early. You know what I'm saying? You make a pitch to Trevor Bauer, he could accept. Now I'm not saying that's what you go do, but I'm saying there's some free agents that are still out there. And with that money, you don't have to all spend it all this year. You can save a little bit of it for next year. So I wouldn't be surprised, maybe not this year, but next year the Colorado Rockies start making some moves, getting like maybe not MVP caliber players or like also but but decently good players, like above average players. So whenever those contracts kind of run out, I can kind of see whenever those contracts run out, I can kind of see the Colorado Rockies making some moves. Now, not huge moves. Don't get me wrong. It ain't gonna be like Blake Snell signing with the Padres and Yu Darvish, or it ain't gonna be like Nolan Arenado going to the Cardinals, or Trevor Bauer going wherever he's going. It's not gonna be George Springer going to the Blue Jays. It ain't gonna be that huge, but I can definitely see them picking up some guys and kind of building a team. So, do I think the Colorado Rockies completely lost this trade? No, because they did save some money. Do I think the St. Louis Cardinals look like they might have took a steal? Absolutely. As much as the money that they're giving away, Nolan Arenado, I think, is worth every cent of that $199 million left. He's worth every cent. Let's be real here. I think he's a top 3 third baseman in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like you could put help me out here. I'm trying to think of third baseman that in the league.
Oh man, I'm trying to think too. One for the Braves was really. But Devers, Rafael Devers. I don't even think he's in the top 3. I think he's in the top 10, but not top 3.
Yeah, Rafael Devers. Isn't? Correct me if I'm wrong. Baez or no?
Javier Baez is a shortstop.
Okay, so I'm wrong on that.
Chris Bryant's a third baseman.
Chris Bryant. He's third baseman.
He ain't a third baseman. I thought he was a third baseman.
Chris Bryant. What Yankee third baseman?
Oh, Yankee third baseman. Oh my God, I know what you're talking about. God, help me out here.
Is it Gleyber?
No, Gleyber Torres is a shortstop. I think.
Is it DJ?
No, DJ's the second baseman. Oh my God. I know his name. It's right on the top of my head. Hit that home run against the game in the Indians. It was, oh my God.
Oh, Gio Urshela.
Yes, thank you.
Gio Urshela is a rising star. I don't think he's top. All right, so put it this way: Nolan Arenado might be the best third baseman in the league.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And the Cardinals just took him. Now who do the Cardinals have on their team? I got you right now. Hang on a sec. Now we're all talking about like who the Cardinals actually have. You said Paul Goldschmidt. You said Javier Molina.
I don't really know the team off the top of my head, but I know they have those two.
Right. And I mean, obviously there's like a lot of growing to go. But I think Nolan Arenado is definitely a star. You know what I'm saying? I think Nolan Arenado he's a great player. I think he just turned into the star for the St. Louis Cardinals. And now when you look at it, this NL Central is really picking up, man. I think the St. Louis Cardinals just became the best team in the NL Central. And I said it before. I said the Cubs, the reason why I can't really put them as the number 1 team is because they don't have an identity. And every other team does. Despite whether that identity is bad or not, they have one. And the Cubs don't have that. So that's why I couldn't put them at number 1. I think the Cardinals might have always been the number 1 team. I do. I truly believe that they were the number 1 team in the NL Central. It was between them and the Brewers, I think. That's who I think really is the number one team between them and the Brewers. And after getting and now since they got Nolan Arenado, it's not even a question in my mind. I think the Cardinals will make the playoffs. Do I think they make the World Series? No. Like you said, there's the Padres, there's the Dodgers, there's the Nationals. There are teams that are making moves this season. They made moves earlier, and they made more moves than just Nolan Arenado. So I think the Cardinals got to follow up on this. As for the Colorado Rockies, I think with the money that you just saved by trading off Nolan Arenado, I think you might want to use that money for something for above average players to get a collection of players that can help you win. But right now, I'll say St. Louis won this trade, depending on what the Rockies are going to do with that money, or whether they just go into a rebuild mode in general. I don't know. It's the future is unknown. And so, with that being said, the only thing I can end this off with is best of luck to Nolan Arenado, best of luck to the St. Louis Cardinals, and best of luck to the Colorado Rockies, and best of luck to them in this season, their future endeavors.